The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
I'm a big fish in a small pond, got my days free and my nights long. I create my own reality, who I am is fine with me. As famous as I wanna be, who I am is fine with me. It's who I am, it's who I am, who I am is fine with me.
We're coming in.
Coming in.
You see, I told you. Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? We are so happy that you're here. This is What's the Story with Maria on Armed Radio, armeddigitalmedia.com, armedradioglobal.com. You can listen to us live. Jason Peck has joined us already. Jason, you are the first one on tonight. Usually you're like two. You beat everybody out, Jason. Maria Filiomeni has joined us from Morristown. Hi, Maria Filiomeni. Ed Kutu, my friend from Blade Salon in Old Westfield, Connecticut, has joined us. Richard Koch. Richard Koch, I was looking at your book again today, and I'm going to talk about it sometime in the show. Richard Koch is an amazing photographer, and he has a beautiful book that I think would make an incredible Christmas present. Irina has joined us. Eva has joined us. She's a makeup artist. Hi, everybody. So thank you for joining us. And as I said, this is Armed Radio, and you can find us on armeddigitalmedia.com if you want to listen live. This show goes to 60 countries and across our country. It was originally started by the armed forces, and so they would have entertainment radio and something great to listen to. And now it's turned into this other wonderful thing, and here we are. And we also go to podcasts. You can find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Spreaker. Okay, Rory Taggart has joined us all the way from Canada. Brad Lacey, Dr. Brad Lacey, he's a dentist. Hi, Brad Lacey. John Panish has joined us. He joins us every week. So I told my wonderful guests, and I'll tell you folks out there, if you want to share our show, we would love it. So you can share it as it's happening. Hi, Kimberly Travis. She's in Texas, I believe. So you can just share the show live, and that means it'll also run on your Facebook page as we are broadcasting. So, okay, Hector Garcia. Hi, Hector Garcia. He's in Kentucky. I want to introduce two of my friends that are joining us tonight. My friend Jackie Wooley and Stephen Schmidt. Now, Stephen, do you go by Stephen C. Schmidt, or do you just go by Stephen Schmidt?
I went by Stephen C. Schmidt because I was trying to get into the union.
Okay, see, a lot of people have done that. Sam Barnes has joined us. So I always ask my friends, because a lot of my actor friends have to add a letter in there or change the name sometimes or alter in some way because it's already taken, right? So when you went to SAG or AFTRA or wherever you went the first time, there was already a Stephen Schmidt, probably, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they said, you have to add something.
That's right.
And so you added that C. All right.
Do you know what it stands for?
Yes, I would love it.
Nobody cares? Christopher.
Christopher. Okay.
You did know that, actually.
Did you know that? That's a good
did.
trivia
What's your
question.
middle name?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, my. Actually, that's a great question. My real name is Maria Pia.
Okay.
It's an Italian name. So Maria Pia Gentile. So, but these American people, they don't always get that. So it would be. So I changed it to a P middle initial. So it would be. In English, it's Maria Pia. People don't always get that. So, but in Italian, it's very pretty. It's Maria Pia. So when I speak to Italians from Italy, they always go, "What's your name?" And I say Maria Pia. That's my real name. But to everybody else in the world, I'm just Maria. There I am. So these are all great questions.
I hope that wasn't a trigger.
No, I'm gonna squeeze your knee next time.
Yeah.
All right, George Hernandez has joined us also in Kentucky. George is a doctor of psychology that has, in the last few years, become an incredible artist. George, I was following you, and you just had a big show out there. We're talking about sometimes like changing courses in life. We're talking before the show, and George is one example of that. So let's dive right into this. All right. So I know you both from the singing world, right? We were entertainers. We're in the singing world. We're in production. Carlos Hernandez has joined us. He's in Texas. And lately I was talking to Jackie, and she's like, oh, yeah, we have this company, and Steven started this company, and I was like, what? I don't know anything about this. You'll have to come on the show and tell people. So, hold on, as I got more people joining us, and I want to acknowledge them. Jenny Dilly has joined us. Hi, Jenny Dilly, and she's in Philadelphia. Pia Nelson, also a Philly girl. We have two Philly girls popped on at the same time. Isabella Raskowski, that's my cousin Marisa. And Leo Rodriguez, you know what that means. When Leo comes on, we have to go, Leo Rodriguez. That's it. Ready?
Yep.
Leo Rodriguez. I'm telling you, it is not What's the Story with Maria unless we do that. So, do you know Leo? Leo is a really fun guy.
I don't know Leo. No.
You might know him from, you probably have crossed paths, but Leo's also an actor. He's written a musical that made it to the Fringe Festival a few years ago. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So all these great people that are in the business, right? Beth Irwin, is that a friend of yours?
Okay, yeah.
That's Chris's mom. That's
What?
my fiance's mom. Hi, Beth.
Hi, Beth. I think I met Beth a few years ago. She's a lovely person. Hello, Beth. And if I could only find a way to shut off my notifications on my other computer, but that's another story for another day. All right, so I'm going to let you guys start, and you have this amazing production company, and it's a service for actors that we desperately need. And who else do I have here? One more. Let's acknowledge one more person. Barbara Cavallo. Do you know who Barbara Cavallo is? One of the most important people in my life. My therapist. Hi, Barbara Cavallo. I love her. So she is great. She's in Brooklyn. If you need a good therapist, you think I'm joking?
What support?
Barbara Cavallo.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who wants to start first, and what this company is about? And tell whatever you start where you want to start. It's your company.
Sure. Well, hi, I'm Steven Schmidt. I started a company called Real Arc about 4.5 years ago. And Real Arc set out to create short scenes for actors' demo reels. So if an actor didn't have any footage, now they didn't have to go through the student film circuit and do all of that and wait for footage that they might not be able to use. I don't have to give you my pitch, but just to tell you what we do. Or unpaid, non-speaking extra work, and try to Frankenstein a reel out of that to be your promotional materials, your first steps out into the business. And as you know, that first impression that you make is a really big deal. So
now I want to add to that, and I'll tell you why, because that got my attention right away. When I first moved to the city in 1990, that's exactly what we used to do. Is we would just you'd look through Backstage. Back then it was before the internet and all that. So you would look through Backstage, find these, and submit to these roles, and do stuff for no pay, and like you said, wait, and you would wait for these things to come out and pray that you could get some kind of tape out of it.
Sure.
And lots of times you didn't.
Well, you're
very
kind of the
frustrating.
last thing on their mind. If they do their sort of graduate thesis film, once they're done with it, the last thing they want to do is look back and get you your footage, or get you a copy of it or something that you can use.
Right. So, and yet to the actor, it's so important.
Very, very.
So there's these two different things that are happening, and it's nobody's fault. It's just they have different priorities.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. Absolutely.
So now Jackie, because we're going to go back and forth. So how does Jackie tie in now to all of this? So go ahead.
So my story is a little bit different. My fiance has been best friends with Steven. The two of them moved to New York. How many years ago? 18 years ago?
I didn't know that. I know him.
Chris, yeah.
And
I know
so
Chris.
I got introduced to Steven probably about a year ago, right about the time where I was really questioning becoming a doctor. I was in medical school about a year ago.
Is that crazy or what? I didn't know that until tonight. Can you believe that?
Leo, thank you for the link.
See, Leo is what I call the accidental intern, because I'm telling you, Leo, you actually are officially, I can stop calling you the accidental intern, but it's true. John Polcari has joined us, Maria Sullivan-Bach, a lot of people, I'll scroll back, but Leo is so sweet, and he always, if we talk about stuff, will post it, so you can, as Jackie and Steven are speaking, if you want to go and check that out, or wait till the end of the show, and then we'll save it, of course. Okay, so you were in medical school, Jackie, and what happened? And you met Chris, and that's it? That happens
So
when
we
you
met.
met.
Yeah, that's exactly how we met. You know. And
Well, that's how I met Steven, but that's definitely not the reason that I decided that medical school wasn't for me. I got bogged down with paperwork and the way that our insurance system here works, and it was all in all just I felt like I was really hitting a wall. And
Oh my
so I decided that I needed a change, and I didn't know what that change was at first, but within I would say probably about 2 months.
You know, it's so crazy that you would be talking about insurance because all day today I was obsessing.
I know, because December 15th is the end of open enrollment.
Yes, well, I'm already enrolled, but my insurance is $600 a month, and it's going up to $700 a month.
Yeah.
And I can't afford it anymore. And I couldn't afford it when it was $600 or $400. So I literally today said to myself, I just have to give up my health insurance. There's no way to pay bills and have that. So I'm glad that you talked about that because also a lot of, as actors, I remember once we got into the union that you would want to do as much work as you could because in the unions, if you make a certain amount of money, you get free health insurance. So that was a big thing too. So like the actor life, that's why I really wanted to have you guys on. The actor life, the behind the scenes of the actor life is so different than what people would ever imagine. So what Stephen was talking about doing all these student films and all these things just to get reels, what does that mean? Like the people out there that are not actors, what does that mean, putting a reel together?
So basically, as an actor, you need promotional materials. It's different from going up in any other style of business because you have to show basically what you have done. But basically, it'd be like getting your headshot. Everybody knows what a headshot is. It'd be like getting your headshot done by an amateur, which is not something that anyone would think about, right? Right. Because it has to be a professional, positive look for you. Well, the same goes for your promotional materials like your reel, which is just like short snippets or clips that showcase you acting, which is so hard to get a hold of when you just get started because there's that whole, catch-22 if you need footage to get footage and how do you get footage if you don't have footage.
Right.
So, we decided to change that a little bit. And I'm not knocking student film productions or extra work or anything like that. Do them for experience, but have them represent you in your promotional materials, not necessarily. I think there's a better way. Yeah.
Well, my big comparison is always the classic example of I want to apply for an entry-level position, but you need a master's degree and 2 years experience for that position.
Oh my God, you're absolutely right.
So that's kind of like the corollary or correlation that I use for
med school.
I guess people that med school or really anybody who's not necessarily in the creative world.
No, but it's true. In the corporate world, that is exactly it. It's almost like these days. You can't just get anywhere with just a bachelor's. You have to get. It's almost everyone wants a master's. So it's true. It's crazy. The world is gone so fast, which is great, but it's almost outrun itself. Where we have to find a way to catch up to all the technology and all this everything that's happening. I think, right?
Yeah.
So if a person, let me just keep checking with people because I want to. So many of our nice friends. Let me scroll back. We missed a few of them, and I do like to acknowledge our people. Michael Klein has joined us. Suzanne Mason joins us every week. Thank you, Suzanne. Marie Sullivan-Baca has joined. John Polcari. Jeffrey Campbell. Hi, Jeffrey Campbell. Leah Sutton. Hi, Leah Sutton. Veronica Heffron has joined us. Alex Rusin. All right. So now this is Jackie Wooley and Stephen C. Schmidt, and they are talking about their company. And the name of your company is?
It's called Six Legions Media is the overall company.
Company. But you were talking about a lot of these different companies. Yeah. So the Six Legions encompass all of them, or are they separate entities? How does that?
Well, Six Legions encompasses all of them. So we have Real Arc, which is the video production for actors that don't have footage. And then we started a few years ago Actors Launchpad, which is classes for actors.
Wow.
It's great. $30 a month, basically gets you all of your audition taping and your classes.
So listen, I want you to stop there.
Yeah.
$30 a month. That is literally like less than $10 a week. Less than $10 a week. Nothing. It's literally that's 2 Starbucks coffees a week.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a steal.
If you need your audition taping done, then you can come in Monday through Friday and get it done for free with a great reader, and the quality is high. And we figured let's stop trying to take all this money from actors because back to what you were saying earlier about the acting lifestyle in New York City, it just costs so much to do anything. Anything you want to do costs money.
And live here.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
survive here.
So here
I get charged $20 every time I step out my front door.
Oh, easily.
Like it's.
I joke and I
see
say
for exiting my apartment.
Oh my God, absolutely. And I always joke and I say to Judy, every time I cross the bridge, the GW bridge, it's $100 because I have to pay for the bridge. I'm gonna get something to eat. Now I'm in Jersey. By the time I get back home, I've spent $100. It's true. It's like, and I teach out there in Jersey and do a lot of work out there. So we spend a lot of money as creative people, and it's if you can find something that I just think that's a steal. So I'm sorry to interrupt. I just want to remind people that that's an incredible price. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that also includes classes, or you can get to meet a casting director or something like that. And before it'd be like $70, $80, $90, sometimes $100 to actually just get in the room with somebody. It's $30 a month for that, and it's on the low end $50 per audition taping if you just try to go and do it with like a private service. But we set up the system so that everyone pays a little, then everybody can have a lot.
And if anybody out there is actually listening, we do have a New Year's promotion deal kind of coming up. So,
good. Tell us about that, Jackie. Go ahead, go for it, because we're almost there.
Well, we're offering an annual membership option in which, if you pay for your first 10 months, you get the last 2 months of the year for free. So kind of driving the price down even further. So if anybody out there is interested in that, check out actorslaunchpad.com.
Okay, so I'm going to throw this in there.
Yeah.
Often, people don't know what to get each other for Christmas, right? If your significant other is in the business, what a wonderful gift that would be. To get someone a year at Six Legions Media, you get 2 months free, and you're giving someone something that they may not give themselves. Like one year, one of my friends gave me, I wanted to join the songwriter service, and it was $300 a year. I didn't have $300 a year. And someone actually got it for me. It was, I literally burst into tears when I got it, because I would never spend $300 on myself. I would spend it on other people, my family, whatever. If someone needed to borrow $300, I would let them have it. But I would never just, because I sometimes, people feel like maybe I shouldn't do that. But first of all, it's a steal. But that's a great gift to get someone. If maybe they might not get it for themselves. So I wanted to throw that out there too.
Looks like our volume is getting lower or fading, so we're gonna try to speak
Sorry,
up a little
we'll
bit
be a
more
little louder for you guys.
Okay. Oh, all right. So not sure if it's just me, but the volume seems low or fade. Okay. So sometimes what happens is we start off at this level, and then we as human beings go back down to that. So we're gonna. Steven Sansusi has joined us. Victor Flores, looking good, Maria. Victor, are you flirting with me? I love Victor. Victor Flores is this amazing executive chef at Joe Allen and Orso and Bar Centrale.
Wow.
You know who Eugenia Mesa is, Victor. You better. Victor was flirting with me, honey. That's Judy. That's my girlfriend. So she is just popped on. Anyway, Victor, you have to come on. Victor is an amazing, amazing chef, and I'm dying to have him on. So, okay, so...
oh, sorry. So,
what's
so
this?
What I said before, and I'm sorry if you guys couldn't catch it, it's actorslaunchpad.com.
Okay. Now, I must stop you. Gina Savino has joined us. Gina Savino is my cousin, and when Gina Savino comes on, we have to clap. Gina Savino, everybody! All right. So now, I love these guys. They're right in it. So we did the Leo Rodriguez. Now we did the Gina Savino. I'm telling you, there are things that happen here. Okay, every week. All right. Hi, Gina. All right. So keep telling us what $30 a month.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So $30 a month gets you all of your audition taping here in New York City. We have a really localized central location on 35th and 8th, right by Madison Square Garden.
So easy to get
right
to.
by all of the audition houses and things of that nature.
Thank you, Leo.
Thank
What
you,
did Leo do now?
Leo added that link. Yeah.
Leo! I'm telling you.
So all of your audition taping, and then we also do classes with agents, managers, on-camera classes, things of that nature, and it's all included with the $30 membership. So it's a pretty great deal.
We can have yoga classes now.
We do yoga
do?
now. We do
Yoga classes.
Yeah.
What?
Some Mondays we offer yoga classes. It's
That's
BYOM,
crazy.
which is Bring Your Own Mat. And we do them where? Ripley Greer? I think. We get a whole other room
Yeah,
for that.
I think
Yeah.
we do.
Get a
Wow.
whole other room for that. It's,
You don't even have to leave. You never have to leave that's it. You never have to leave these guys. You're all set. And then I'll come in and do the catering, and that's it. I'm telling you. Herman Velez has joined us. Hi, Herman. So, all right, now, Stephen, this was your idea, right? And
Yeah.
what made you think of it?
So I started out as a stage actor, and I was working, I was doing well, but then I realized that I was going to have to do a whole lot of regional stuff and stuff that I wasn't in love with in the for different musicals. I was like, this isn't really for me to do a few of the things that I really love.
By the
So
way,
I had
Stephen
this-
is an amazing singer as well.
Thank you.
Just in case you didn't know that,
And
he is
Maria.
an amazing...
Everyone's heard Maria sing.
Well, because I'm loud. That's
Yeah.
it. I'm going to sing no matter what. I was singing in the laundry room today in my basement. And the plumber, our very nice man, Courtney, came. She's like, "You're singing." I said, "Yeah." I didn't say, "Well, that's what I do," or anything. I said, "Yeah, I love to sing. I'm whistling."
And you're incredible, yeah.
Well, I'm all right. You know, it pays the rent for now.
Yeah.
Doesn't pay the health insurance, but
Nope.
it pays the rent.
Yeah, we covered that.
Oh my God, what the hell? So go ahead.
So I was working in restaurants just trying to figure things out, like so many actors in New York City. And then I started to shoot with an old friend of mine, and the idea happened organically that we could shoot short things that looked very professional for
Wow.
actors and just snippets of them, to help them move their careers forward. Because
And
at the end
I
of
have
the day...
seen some of those snippets. They're amazing.
Thank you.
I also want to say hi to my cousin Rena has joined us. My cousin Rena Berge. Hi, Rena. Beth Irwin is saying, yes, he is a great singer. Yes, he is. Thank you, Beth.
Thanks, Beth.
Beth is a big fan of yours, though. I know that from when I met Beth the last time. Everybody loves Stephen. Stephen is very, very easy to love, as is Jackie. And Jackie brought me the most beautiful flowers. As a matter of fact, I have to show these off because these are so... Stephen, will you help me with the flowers?
I'd be happy.
Look at the flowers that Jackie brought to the party. I mean, are you kidding me with these? Amazing, right? Class act, Jackie. Thank you so much. Thank you, Stephen. You are the tall
They're from
person.
both of us. I just happened to be
Well,
the
both
one who
of
picked
you.
them up.
Thank you so much. And they brought their own wine. I mean, you can't get better guests than that, right? Okay, so you
Right,
they
so
look
there I
professional.
was. I was in a restaurant trying to sort things out like so many other actors. And the idea just came to me that this could be a possible way to help actors, because it can be a drag to be an actor in New York City.
Oh my God.
Everyone knows that, right? It's expensive to live in the city. It's difficult. There's constant rejection. It takes you a year to get together something that's so essential these days, which is your reel, to rep yourself to the acting community.
Do you do voiceover reels too?
We don't do voiceover reels.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason I ask is because I know that there's a lot, like the same thing with voiceovers now. But the thing is, I think it's so much easier to pull voices together. You can do it now on your GarageBand, for Christ's sakes. That's
absolutely.
easy.
Yeah.
But acting reels. So tell me about the setting up of the scenes. You create these scenes? Because I've heard you both talk about it, and I'm fascinated. Like, tomorrow we're going to shoot a scene. I'm like, what? What are they talking about?
Like, I guess in a way it's easiest for me to start just because I'm kind of...
You're the operations manager, right?
I'm operations manager,
Okay.
sometimes executive producer, sometimes, I'm in casting.
So you wear a
sometimes
lot of
yeah,
hats.
I wear a lot of different hats.
That's great.
But after, new client, new actor goes through a consultation process with our COO, Tom Lapke, they wind up dealing with me for most of the process as far as client relations go between our script writer and our concept writer.
Listen to all this stuff you're getting.
Locations, the
Amazing.
production team, the editing team. So I'm kind of there to sort of walk our clients and actors through the process and, give professional advice about, what the goals are. So, for example, there's a conversation I had with a client earlier this week that was, notes about their scripts and me coming back to them and saying, well, sir, these are your marketing materials.
Now, do you
what are
use
the
scripts
things-
that are already written, or does somebody write those
They're
scripts?
custom scripts.
Unbelievable.
We've done
Absolutely everything we
almost
do.
2,000 scenes, and every single one has been a custom script.
This is crazy.
Written specifically for the actors' strong points, yeah.
Exactly.
That is amazing. This is an amazing, amazing thing.
And so what I tell them is that, you want to think of a couple of adjectives that really, and I did learn this from Stephen, so I have to give him credit.
We learn from each other.
Absolutely.
It's not.
But I tell them there are a couple of adjectives that you really want to nail. Like when you put together a reel, you want to put it in front of a casting director and say, I know who I am, I know what I can sell, I know what I can do, and they look at that footage and they say, absolutely, that's right on brand, and that's how you really get your foot in the door.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I took a few really good classes. Like I'll tell you, like just very quickly, why this appeals to me so much. When I first moved here in 1990, I had always been same thing, a stage actor and a singer. I've been a singer forever, and so that's what I knew. But same thing, they want these reels, and you're like, doesn't everybody want to get into film and television? You're in New York. You want to get out in there. You want to get seen, and how do you get seen? So I took a ton of classes, and the best class I took was called The Business of the Business, and it literally like pulled no punches and told you exactly what they expected of you, how they saw you, and what to look for and how to act. You're new in the city, and this is what you do, and I found that very helpful. But then it really depended on what acting classes I took for film. But some of the best advice I got was know what you're, like you're saying, Jack, know your strong points. And sometimes you don't know your strong points. You're like, when I first got here, I wanted to not be Italian. How crazy is that? Like, I was like, no, I don't want to be typecast. And every single casting director was like, you're Italian. And, no, but I don't want to be. And finally, I got a role in Tony and Tina's Wedding, which is the most Italian off-Broadway show there ever was. But from that came a million other things. And sometimes it's just good at knowing to accept what you're good at, right? Yeah. Not fight it so much.
Yeah, I mean, I can speak to typecasting a little bit and how that hinders. The idea of typecasting can hurt an acting career. It's not your job to be right for every role. If you're an actor out there,
that
it's
is
your right to be.
Such good advice.
Yeah, it's your job to be really right for the roles you're already right for. So it's figuring out and accepting who you are and what you bring to the table. It doesn't matter who you are. I look around, I'm on the subway, I see everyone, and everyone is a character in a movie if you look deep enough. They all have stories if you look deep enough. Every single person that you see.
Yep.
So it's just about finding the right movie or the right project for your particular story. What you can bring
what's
to the
interesting
table.
about what you said, people ask me sometimes, why did you call the show What's the Story with Maria? And one of the reasons, Joe Rocks, who is the big guy at the big guns at Armed Radio, he's the big producer, and it was his. He asked me, we were laughing because we're both Italian and we come from the north end of Boston, and there you don't say, hey, I'd like to know some more about that person, or I'm curious. You say, what's the story with that guy? That's really because as Italians, we're very animated, and there is a story. Everyone does have a story. And it's funny, sometimes I'll just say, like what you were saying, it's so interesting. Watching someone, and you really wonder, like I was telling my neighbor today, that there was a guy that used to live across the courtyard, and I always would see and think, like, what's on with that guy? Because he always worked by this little lamp, and I'm like, is he a watchmaker? What is he doing? So it's little things like that, if that was a scene. So do you Jack, you interview people and you bring out something about them, or is it something they say that sparks something in you? How does that work, that process?
So it's actually our COO, Tom, who meets with our clients initially, and he came to us from Backstage University, and he has extensive experience in actor education.
Jay Rivera just joined us. Speaking of great actors, Paul Lucas,
playwright.
We love Jay. So go ahead, Jackie. I'm sorry.
And so anyway, Tom has extensive experience in kind of meeting with actors and determining what it is, or at least what we call their signal. The signal is kind of those adjectives that we were talking about, like something that really defines them and something that they can really, really do well and sell well. And so he's there to sort of advise and direct and shape what we create for them into something that is going to be just knock it out of the park kind of marketing material.
So this is it's a school. It's a place that you learn. You're going to learn so much. You're not just going to get a product. You're also learning as you go, right? About yourself as well.
You're gonna learn and you're gonna get advice, but at the same time, typically when people come to us, like, they're ready to put what they have onto camera.
That's a really good point. Okay, so now do you advise people, this is for both of you, do you advise people when they first, if someone just got to New York,
Right.
I'm going to ask you two different, someone just got here and someone
Sure.
that's been here a long time. So fresh face from like, I don't know, someone comes in there from Nebraska. They were in every school play. They were the star of their show. Boom, now they land in New York. Do you advise them to take classes? What do you think the best advice for an actor in the city is?
So there's two different things, right? If they come to Real Arc, it's going to be a branding exercise for them. We're going to tell them what we see as professionals that have cast, thousands and thousands of short scenes at this point, and also short film. And we've also just worked in this business for long enough and worked with casting directors through Actors Launchpad to know what this particular industry here in New York needs, because it's different from LA, it's different from Atlanta, it's different from all of the other cities.
And what makes it different?
New York is a procedural town.
What does that mean?
Procedurals are like shades of blue.
Your walk on roll and Law and Order.
Law and Order is a thing that's like a rite of passage for so many actors.
Oh my God! Yes, I
cities to
need
get
one of
that
those.
line.
I need
Yeah.
that rite of passage.
Exactly. So the idea is to shoot for that. Figure out where you live in that world first, because that's most likely going to be your best first job out into this particular industry. And then we approach other things, like there's a lot of web series being shot here, so we try to see where they fit in those styles of comedy. Not really like a blockbuster movie type of place, Atlanta is for Marvel, and LA is for just all types of different movies. But New York City right now has a really thriving TV. Yeah, I think of like the Marvel Netflix shows, which are kind of on their way out now, but they had their sort of resurgence for a short period of time, and we were trying to figure out how can we get people to be in Defenders, how can we get them to be in Daredevil, something like that.
Right,
so we try to figure out how to translate their talent as it is right when they walk in the room to the New York market in that way.
Now, also speaking of filming, like people that don't live in New York don't always understand that literally they film right out on your street. Mm-hmm. So this particular neighborhood where I live, the streets lend themselves very well to filming, because you can park those big trucks. And I know because they're always taking our parking spots. So I'm happy for the actors and the production people, and I'm always like, but I get it, and it's wonderful. Yeah. But you're right; it's always usual. Suspect.
Gotham, Madam Secretary,
Blue Bloods.
Last
week,
FBI.
Right.
Or I can't.
They did a God Friend in Me last week.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, so much films all the time up here, not just movies, but shows constantly, and Law and Order. I mean, of course, that's like one of the films constantly in New York.
Yeah.
So there's so many great shows, and that's the way you want to get. You want to get in there. I remember when Sopranos was filming, all the Italian actors, we just suddenly, all of a sudden, started getting so much work. It was great. That would film in North Caldwell, New Jersey. That was really great. And then when that ended, but it's good to. So that's what's. And what is there a season that films as opposed to a season that, like I know in LA, there's like pilot season. Does that happen more in New York or not, or is it constant?
It's pretty constant. Yeah. It's not as seasonal as like, pilot season is not something we talk about here on the East Coast. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Let me check in with some more people. I'm sorry, Jackie. One second. So Kenny Green, he says, truth, no parking days. Yeah, you know all about it. Mm-hmm. So let me see. We have, I'm going to scroll back, and Terry Ross has joined us. Hi, Terry Ross. Terry Ross is my friend that makes amazing jewelry. She's at Bryant Park. Her kiosk is N13. And she has just the most beautiful jewelry. She's selling it until January 2nd. Go and see Terry Ross. Annette Zeta was on the show a few weeks. Oh, my God, it's beautiful stuff. Being on show, Maria is right. Is our rite of passage. You know what? Thank you, Annette. Annette has a cooking show called Kitch Annette. And it's great. Look on YouTube for Kitchenette.
See what you did there.
Yeah. She has these great recipes. She created a recipe, a Maria Gentili. Did you know that? But Maria, it was delicious. Michael Sawyer has joined us. Leo, okay.
You love a good pun.
Oh, do you? I do too.
Yeah.
A lot of people think puns are stupid. I love them. I think they're genius. And then you're going to love Annette. She also has a cookbook, and it's all Oscars. And she created dishes for the Oscar, and they're all puns. films. It's
Very
really cool, yeah. So James Solomon, Ben has joined us. And, you know, I want to go back to Richard Koch, who's our friend, who's a photographer. He photographs a lot of red carpet people and gets a lot of exclusive stuff. He also did a New York book called New York, New York, which is, he photographed New York from an insider point of view. So not a touristy point of view, but what it's like. You can really get a feel of what it's like to be that New Yorker walking down the street and seeing what we see every day. So if you want to get a really nice Christmas present for someone either in New York or outside of New York and say, this is what it feels like to be a New Yorker, this through someone's eyes, Richard Koch, Koek. And the book is called New York, New York. It's beautiful. All right. And what's the name of your book again? I have it back there, but I can't. What's the name of your book again? And I want to, or just write it in and how they can get your book, because it's really cool. I actually bought 2 for Christmas. All right, let's go back to, so Jackie, now, what would you say is the hardest part of your job?
Oh my gosh.
A lot of stuff, or is it
I'm not quite sure how to answer it.
You don't have to answer it if you don't want to.
But what I can say is that since I made the transition from medical school to the film world, really just kind of learning the ropes and learning, you know, how it's different to deal with actors than it is to deal with patients. And there are far more similarities than there are differences, funny enough.
Listen, I've taught school for over 20 years, and I always say the similarities between being a teacher, a kindergarten teacher, and working in a bar are similar. So I get it. I get it. There's like, you know, now what would you say, first of all, what kind of medicine?
I wanted to be a trauma surgeon.
That's amazing. So you're used to like a lot of crazy all at once. Coming at actors, perfect. Yeah. She can deal with it. Trauma. All right, there you go. Actors are always in trauma. Every day there's a trauma with an actor. Am I right? Yeah. I mean, I could tell you because that's what we do. So, okay. And so what? So, going back to the question of the most difficult part of your job, or something that you're like, wow, I didn't see that coming. What do you think?
I think there's a big thing.
Maybe you can answer this better than I can, actually, Stephen.
No, I just think there's a special thing that happens when the product is also the client at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot that needs to be protected about that. You know, it's not just a service that provides a product at the end. It's a whole system that we've created to actually make actors feel good about the next step in their acting career, as opposed to just paying again another load of money for something that they feel kind of on the fence about and just feel like it's a necessity, so therefore they had to do it. We want them to feel good about what they've decided to do.
So if they come and they get a reel, you put together a reel for them, they can leave with that? Or now you send everything digitally, right?
Yeah, it's all sent digitally.
Wow.
You do that. So I mean,
you do that?
She sends it, yeah.
Jackie, that's a big deal.
Yeah. So she sends everything out.
What would we do without Jackie, right? We need
footage.
people like Jackie. Oh my God.
We'd be in the same place we started.
All right. So now listen. You know what? It's 9:40. At 9:40, I don't know if you know what happens, but we go to a food section of our show called "Go Ahead, Keep Eating." We have to do it together. Ready?
Okay.
Go ahead, keep eating. All right, beautiful.
Did I have to use my hands?
You did, Jackie, and I love that you did. You got all the
very
time.
Northern European. I'm not familiar.
So what are we eating?
Well, all right, tell you what we're eating. Okay, so this is our beautiful plate. You know, I am definitely a food stylist, that's for sure. I love creating plates, and I always go with themes. So, you know, we are in December, and last week was our Hanukkah show. I am sliding into Christmas. Next week, I promise I'll have a tree up. But, so what did I make? I asked these guys if they had any food restrictions. No. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, baby Jesus, since Christmas is coming. And so they were like, Jack was like, no, we like it all. It's great. Okay. So I sauteed some nice chicken in marsala, oregano, garlic, onion, parsley, and I think that's it with the herbs. And then I threw in red peppers and asparagus. And butter. There's butter in here.
Oh, thank God.
I love it. I know.
Thank God.
Oh, my God. And that's poured over penne. And so that is our display plate. Smells delicious. Okay, and then, you know what, always like a nice salad.
I want to smell it too.
Smell it, Stephen, but we have a big pot in the... One day somebody came and they thought that's all I had, that little... said I'm Italian, what are you, crazy?
I really love, let me just stop you for
Yes,
one
please.
second. I love that everyone's repeating your catchphrase.
Oh, go ahead, keep eating. Yeah, I'm telling you, it is I guess
You're
that
major. You're major.
is that true?
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, I think if I get, because I am thinking about getting in the new year, what's the story with Maria, what do you call that? Apparel or what are things that you would sell? What would you call that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
merch.
I'm thinking
You
merch.
wanna
Thank
sell
you.
some
It's
merch,
time
yeah.
to merge into the merch. So I was thinking and I gotta put go ahead, keep eating in there. Like maybe oven mitts. What do you guys think? Hey, that's another thing. I want you to think, and next is your homework for next week. Come back and tell me what merchandise I should have for What's the Story with Maria, because I want to do that in the new year. Is it T-shirts? We could do T-shirts. We could do mugs. Of course, we can do that. Should we do oven mitts? I'm thinking oven mitts. You know, that's like one size fits all. Right. On one side it says, What's the Story with Maria? The other side, go ahead, keep eating. Anyway, our delicious salad. Okay, so these are young, healthy people, so I want to keep them healthy. Kale. Everybody either loves or hates kale. So what I did was, I'm not a huge fan of kale, but I do kind of like it. So I mixed it in with iceberg lettuce. So I'm like, if I put iceberg in there, I can handle kale. But it's actually delicious. So kale, iceberg, cucumbers, shredded carrots, and then cranberries. That's going to make it nice and sweet. That's going to take care of that. And to sweeten that kale a little more, because otherwise kale is, it's a lot. Kale has a very big personality. So we're going to tackle that with a grapefruit vinegar and extra virgin olive oil. That sweetness is going to calm down that very dominant kale. But kale is delicious if it parties with everyone else. It's a lot of fun if it's partying with everyone. So that is our kale salad. Now, you got to have dessert on What's the Story with Maria. And what are we going to keep eating? Blondies. Blondies, because I have two blondes here, right? So no brownies. Used to be.
Little more ginger than blonde.
Yeah, he does have a little ginger in there, right? Maybe I'll put a little ginger in the salad for Steve. I've actually thought about putting a little ginger in there. So anyway, here are our delicious blondies. What are blondies, you ask? They're kind of like vanilla brownies, right? Am I right in that? They're like, I love all sugar. I'm just like love sugar. So anyway, I love these, and that's what we're going to have for dessert. And that is our food section called, go ahead, keep eating.
We missed it. Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Called, go ahead, keep eating. Wonderful. All right, so now I just want to talk about food for a second. Now, Stephen, you are German? I'm assuming the name like Schmidt.
I'm from Michigan.
A
Germany.
Michigan German guy, hottie. A Michigan German ginger. Wow. What growing up was something that you just loved?
Oh man!
No matter how stupid that question, what was you were like? I can't wait to go home and eat this.
I had the grossest thing that I loved to do. It had nothing to do with my heritage whatsoever.
Okay.
In the morning, I would get.
Do I want to know this story?
It's gross.
We're gonna hear it. We're gonna hear it either way.
It's gross.
You see the non-Italians what they do? Go ahead.
It's gonna disgust you.
Oh my God.
True Italians.
I love it.
Eggo waffles. I would toast the Eggo waffles.
Yeah.
I would get them out and I'd put butter on the top of both of them.
Sounds delicious already.
Stack them.
Yeah.
Syrup. Microwave the whole thing until it turned into this warm, sticky, savory mush.
Sounds wonderful.
And that's how I would start my day.
So you would start your day with like sugar. Bzzz.
Yeah, just off to the races.
That sounds delicious.
Two things my mom would make for me, which I still love to this day. Hungarian goulash, which I couldn't tell you one ingredient in Hungarian goulash if forced to right now. I really couldn't.
Neither could I.
What's in goulash? Nobody knows, but it's delicious.
Nobody knows. I bet Annette knows.
Annette knows. And shrimp scampi. She would make
I love shrimp scampi.
No
I wish I knew.
Just garlic,
no,
butter.
I don't use the tomatoes either in that. Because that's not scampi.
I don't think so
Scampi is
either.
garlic, onions, butter,
right,
parsley, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you add tomato sauce to it, now it's a Fra Diablo kind of ish thing, which is also delicious, but different. Steven, next time you come, I will make you shrimp scampi.
I love it.
I love it too. Jackie, what was something you grew up with that you loved?
So I come from a little bit of a different place.
Please tell us.
My family, my mother's from Arkansas. My father is from Central Florida. But I was born and raised in Tampa, so I grew up on Publix fried chicken and sweet tea.
Publix.
And-
If you're in
and-
Florida, you know what Publix is. One of the greatest supermarkets. It's like you walk in there, it's like a village, right? They have everything you can imagine. So fried chicken, that was like in sweet tea. Sounds good to me too.
No,
Yeah. Do you eat differently as adults than you did as kids?
I do in that I barely eat.
Why, Stephen? Why?
That's
I
not
always
true.
find
You eat all the time.
I might crush some
You
food.
eat like 5 times a day,
That's not
Steven.
true. That's
Well,
not
he's very
true.
tall. He's very tall.
Yes,
You
do.
pick, but you don't really sit and eat a meal, right? You just kind of pick, right?
No, so I tend to not even eat until 4, intermittent
That's
fasting.
true. He
But I
gets
do
to-
it not on purpose. It's just because that I'm so absent-minded that I don't eat until about 4 or 5, and then
It's that you finish work, and then the second that you finish work, food is
maybe
the first thing on your
I
mind.
eat some food then. But yeah, but during the day it's less.
See,
It's completely different from the way I
I'm
used to eat.
sorry.
I eat all day long. Even if I'm teaching a class, like my students, I'm sure they talk about me when the class is over and say like, "Does she ever stop eating?" I always have like something that I'm picking on. I have to, like gummy bears or nuts or something. It's like otherwise, if I don't have food near me, I panic.
I don't dig a gummy. I don't.
No,
dig
I
gummies.
love a gummy bear.
Am I the only person that?
No,
Am I the only
I
person
know.
that doesn't like gummy bears?
I
Like,
know.
come on,
my
man.
God.
We used to order
Everybody loves those.
the Haribo like 10-pound bags.
Oh
I'd say
yeah,
keep it.
that's my favorite. I
Yeah.
always have some in my bag.
Yeah.
Now I've been trying to be better and
Keep it.
I have like dried mangoes. Those are really
Ooh,
good.
yeah. That
Like
sounds
I
good to me.
prefer a salty snack,
Do you?
but the gummy bears, I'll get
I
after
love
those.
it. I'll
Chocolate.
keep them.
If I want something sweet, I want chocolate.
Chocolate. All right. That's good to know. Okay, so now let's recap. I want to go back and then I want these guys to tell us again how we can find them. So we have about 10 minutes left to our show. Let's see if anybody's asked any questions about Isabella. Oh my God, yes. T-shirts and towels. Wait, thank you, Isabella. Isabella Raskowski is really my cousin Marisa, but she goes on her daughter Isabella's page.
Amazing.
Yeah, a lot of the Italian girls, they don't want their own Facebook pages. My cousins are like, I don't want people to know where I am.
Yeah.
I don't want people to find me. Anyway, so Marisa said, oh my God, yes, T-shirts, dish towels. Dish towels, I like that, Marisa. That's really good. And bibs. Bibs for babies that say, go ahead, keep eating. That's genius. That is, okay, so these are things that are happening in the new year. So Christmas is a Tuesday. We're celebrating it at Marisa Raskowski's. We're having Christmas with the Raskowskis, and I'm Facebook Living the show.
Cool.
On Christmas night. All right, Rena, Kale has a big personality. She's laughing. It's true. Kale upstages. It's an upstager. Maria is right, and I actually don't know what is in Hungarian. I don't know. See, nobody knows. Not even Stephen, but you loved it.
No idea.
As a kid, I had
Noodle.
I
There's
haven't
a noodle.
debated.
It's noodle based.
What's that creamy stuff in it? Is it like
Cornstarch? I have no idea.
It's so good though. Goulash. I might have to make that. Annette, you might have to help
Because
me
I
on the
made,
goulash.
what did I make? I made creamy Tuscan chicken
That
last
sounds
night.
delicious. Stephen, I didn't know you could cook.
Instant Pot.
Oh, okay, that's all
A
right.
miracle of Instant Pot.
Yeah, but Instant Pot is great. Charles Harold has joined us. Edward Hahn Jr. has joined us. You just missed the food, Eddie. Eddie was looking because I posted that thing where I was cooking it.
I can do it.
Yes, please. Let's show it again very quickly. We're going to recap. Thank you, Stephen.
Do you need assistance?
No, I got it.
Oh my
I was
God,
a
you have
waiter
all
for
that
a
stuff?
long time.
Yeah, that's true. In this town, if you're an actor, you're a waiter. So
Same.
there it is. There's our penne with chicken, red peppers, and asparagus. And our delicious kale, big personality, kale, and iceberg. I put kale and iceberg in there. Cranberries, carrots, and all that stuff. Beautiful. And blondies. We have blondies there. Delicious. Okay, so let's, we get about, this show usually ends about 9:57. So either one of you or both of you, please, let these actors know.
Well, yeah, there's 3 things that we want you guys to know about, which is the first brand that we started, which is Real Arc, which shoots scenes for your
And
actor
that's
demo reel.
REE.
Yeah, REELARC, one word, .com. And then Actors Launchpad, which is that $30 a month membership situation with all of your audition taping, meetups, agent seminars, casting director meetups, and we have a
That
big
is a
party every
steal.
couple of
A
months.
steal.
Which is amazing, and that's actorslaunchpad.com. And then we also, most recently, started an app, which is pretty incredible. It's called Moodcaster.
Moodcaster, what's that?
It's actually an entire digital casting platform. So with Moodcaster, Casting directors are able to post specific breakdowns, sides, auditions, things like that, displays for them in a really beautiful dashboard. And then for the actor, you're actually able to audition tape directly from your smartphone.
That's crazy.
So, that's where the app comes into play. So if you download the Moodcaster app,
so how do you find that? You just go to your app store?
Yeah, App Store for iOS right now.
For iOS, Android is coming early 2019.
That's okay. I can wait.
And that's
me and my
Moodcaster.
Samsung. We can wait.
And that's MOODCASTER.
This is amazing information.
And it's going to change the way that a lot of things are cast. A lot of things. So we're really excited about it.
It's what we use to cast our scenes at Real Arc. So we're casting probably 20 different projects per week.
Wow.
And it makes it an absolute dream from the casting perspective. And so...
Because you don't have to go through all that. It's like, it just cuts to the chase, right?
Let's say you're like a student film director and you have your Facebook following, you could get a mood code from the app. You can put it on your Facebook page and then just sit back and get submissions from all over the place.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's that easy.
This is amazing. And it takes the stress out of it, I think, for the actor. Because, like, I know for me, I'm a big ham. I have no problem going on stage. That's not an issue. Sometimes what happens, and I'm usually good at, like, I can usually get a callback. That's not an issue. But getting there is the most stressful thing for me. You got to take like 3 trains. You got to transfer. Then it's raining. Then you're like, I only slept 3 hours because I work nights. It's like, if I could submit that would, my life would be different.
Well, say you're out of town, or say you've got to work and you don't have time to get to a self-tape.
Oh my God, that is so amazing.
Submitting a self-tape through Moodcaster takes probably 10 to 15 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Tops.
You can actually edit the clips in the app. And it'll stitch together multiple clips and send it as one video to...
Oh, no, this is crazy. This is not even...
It's insane. It doesn't exist.
It's not even real.
Hey!
Here you are, you see.
If you want real puns.
Oh, my
God. Real puns. Yeah, God.
Yes. Oh,
I'm here with the pun masters.
Go ahead, Jackie. What else did you want to throw in there?
That was pretty much
one thing that's super cool before we... in the new year, we're going to also be starting an option on the app. So you're holding your phone here. You've got you on the left, and you've got a reader in the app basically talking back and forth with you and reading with you, so you don't have to even find a reader. We're going to be doing a situation where it's almost like a FaceTime situation with the script, so you can have a reader wherever you want them to come from.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Vincenzo D'Amato has joined us. Hi, Jimmy. That's my it's a long story, but Jimmy is his name. Hi, Jimmy. How are you? And Cheryl Giuliano Rubenstein is joining us. She's out in L.A. Jimmy is in Boston. So this is just incredible information. Now, Leo has posted all this stuff, and also we have tagged in the video, once I save it, I've tagged all of those places that you can find Jackie Wooley, Stephen C. Schmidt, and a gaggle of other great people that work with you, right? You have a nice crew.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
That works there. And it's a safe...
They're okay.
Yeah. Well, you two are the best. That's why. I said, I want the best you have. Who do you got? Who are you sending me? Jackie and Steven. That's it. They were like, you can't touch them. And I was happy about that.
Love it.
So, okay, now, if you're not an actor and you're thinking, this is crazy. Yeah, I'll tell you why this is good. If you're not an actor, I'm glad you're here. Now, when you watch an episode of anything that you like, whether you binge watch it, whether you just are flipping around and you find, Special Victims Unit or whatever you're into, you think this life is so glamorous and easy. It's really, really challenging. And so the people, like Robert De Niro said, it's not always the best actors that make it. It's the most persistent. A lot of great actors, end up just giving up as they go. In the past, they've given up because it's just too hard to stay in the game, work for a living. Of course, you have to work, pay your bills, and eventually people just drop out. And, some of the other people keep with it. These guys have made it very, very, very easy for you to stay in the game, which is the whole point. If you are an actor, you love acting. You love this business. You love this work. It's exciting. It's amazing. It's rewarding. Now you don't have to be bogged down and deal with all that stuff that's going to sideswipe you. you can stay in the game. That's what I would, if people were asking me what's the best, like for me, my take of what you just told me is it's a relief. Like I just kept sighing relief because it just takes all the work out of it. Now, you still have to show up and be on your game. You know, so what would you say is some good advice for actors, either one of you, just about staying on, staying in it?
The first thing for me is self-acceptance is the key to all, is accepting who you are and what you bring to the table. The second thing is also just realizing what it means to be a TV and film, realizing that you're very much the tip of the iceberg, and to respect what's underneath the water is propping you up so that you get to chill out in the sun.
Fantastic.
Yeah, because once you understand what everybody's job is, that will set you free to not feel like you have to perform, but that you are a very important piece of this grand thing.
And you're talking about the people behind the scenes, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. For the most part, so many people...
Hold on 1 second. Jimmy, what do we got?
Minute.
A minute. Wow. Okay, keep going.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. This is great. So that's a wonderful way to...
Just be a good person, Be a giving person, and you'll find a way in this business.
Okay, great.
So mine kind of segues from Steven's, and that is to know what your goals are and to really take some thought and put those goals on paper. Say, this is the person that I want to put out there in front of casting directors and agents and managers, and really learn how to do that well. Okay. It's
no better advice than that, and it's true, and they're going to help you. So go to realarc.com. Where should they? What's the one place they should go if they're going to go to one of them? Real Arc.
Yeah, I mean, we'll start
with Real Arc. If anything, what you can give them is my email address, which is Jackie JACKIE @realarc.
Okay.
REELARC.com.
Okay, and that's what we'll leave you with. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep going. Don't give up. That is the key. We'll see you next week.
It's who I am.